What's up, Xbot Nation fans there of Ketawachimate here, another edition of the Ketawachimate channel, Weekend Roundup. Now, this video is going to be a response, or more like an elaboration, to a video from a guy over in Japan. His name is Kevin. He is a teacher over there, and he made a video about being friends with students' parents on Facebook. Why would you do that? Why? To give you the short version of it, I'm going to put his video in the description below here. He said, no, don't do it. Mainly because parents might look through pictures and be offended by something, even something from like 3 years ago, and would report it to your boss, principal, the director of the school, and say, oh, well, I'm offended by this. And just really, depending on the school, your job might be in jeopardy because of that. So it's better just to not accept that as friends. But one thing that he didn't talk about, which I'm going to elaborate on, is if you're accepting or just giving your personal information out to parents, many of them won't consider the fact that you have a life outside of the school. And here are two examples of it. Both aren't really that bad, but still were a pain in the neck. One was from me, one was from a friend. First one from me is the second semester in my previous school. They always had a Christmas play, and I was going to be directing one of my class's Christmas plays. And instead of getting them in a giant group on a chat app that's very popular here in Thailand and basically just all over Asia and Japan too, and Indonesia, called Line. A friend of mine who was teaching that class already had that class in a group for just a reminder of assignments and stuff like that. And he said, how about if I just add you to mine and we'll just keep it simple? Yeah, no problem. And so after I was added on there, and he said that, oh, hey guys, this is Mr. Matthew, is going to be talking to you about the Christmas play, blah, 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 stuff like that. About 2-3 days later, I had a parent of a student from not that class, from another class, who was asking me questions about her son's final grade for semester 1. It's like, okay, no problem. And I looked it up and said, all right, well, his final grade is, I'm just going to pull the number out of my head, is 70. And then she was asking, well, okay, well, how come my report card says 65? And my response was, I don't know. And I'll try and find out for you. And I found out, and they basically said, just talk to the Thai homeroom teacher. So I was telling her, talk to the Thai homeroom teacher. But what about this? What about that? Talk to the Thai homeroom teacher. But I don't understand. It would probably took, I think, almost 2 days of telling her to talk to the Thai homeroom teacher. I have nothing to do with that. I just gave them a number and they're just doing whatever with it. She finally decided to talk to the Thai homeroom teacher. That, I mean, she was a very nice parent, but that just was not fun. Now here's the second example. This is over in Indonesia, where it was a really small school. And even if it's a really small school, please guys, don't do this. Biggest class I had was like, I think 8. And it was really good to get personal with the students and even the parents that I'd occasionally see. You don't want to give them your personal information. What one of my friends did, and I really wish she asked me this before, she did it, was she gave her personal cell phone number out to one of the parents just to say that, oh yeah, if you have any questions, just give me a call or send me a text. And my friend, she was relaxing about 10:30 at night and just unwinding from the day, and all of a sudden she gets a text from that parent asking, hey, how's it going? So how's my kid doing in your class? And 10:30 at night. And what she did, and she was smart doing this, just asked her boss. It's like, hey, parent is asking me about their student's progress. What do I do? And he said, just tell her to have a meeting at the school. So she said, all right, well, I'd be happy to talk about your son and let's have a meeting at the school. So I go, oh, I'm very disappointed. I thought you cared about my son's education. Blah 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 blah. Me. You don't want to do that. I mean, if you're gonna end up leaving a school, then yeah, just go ahead. Just add your students on as Facebook friends. All that's cool. I've done that from Indonesia, and I did that from my last school here in Thailand as well. And it was actually really cool from my last school, because I actually had 2 students that said, "Hey, I miss you, I want you back." And I told them, yeah, it's not happening, because they understood my reason why I didn't like the school and didn't want to come back. And they were completely cool with it. And they knew it wasn't because of them, it was just because how the place was run. But with that said, please, for the love of God, don't accept parents' Facebook friend requests. Just keep a professional distance, please. Don't do that. Okay, guys, that's it. Gotta watch Matt signing off. See you.